Hello guys, this is UniversalGiant, and welcome back for more of Let's Play Pokémon SoulSilver. Last time, we arrived at Ecruteak City and explored just about everywhere except the Burned Tower up here. Love the music here too, and you can see down there. I mean, look at how much we can do in the 4th generation where we can actually let the player see into the bottom floor of the Burned Tower. But now we can actually start running into coughings if we so choose, and I'd prefer to avoid these things if at all possible, but I apparently didn't buy any repels, so I'm going to be running into these guys for no real reason. And as you can see, poison-type moves don't affect Raikou. So let's just knock this thing out as fast as we can and move on with our lives. There's at least one more Pokemon we can find in here that I'd very much like to show off, but if we can't, we can't. We've already seen it before, we just haven't had access to catching one of them. So if I don't find it in the next random encounter, I'll edit it out. You know the drill by now. But I love how they let you see into the basement over here. Eusine. You've got some really weird hair, don't you? And you look after Suicune. Well, I couldn't tell by your name. We don't know who Suicune is yet, do we? He kind of looks like he's down there in the basement, you know, the blue dude with the crystal-looking thing on his head. Yeah, probably ran away. I've heard legends of the thing running away, and you're just gonna stand in the way, aren't you? What about you? You look like an interesting character. Oh, you're Morty, the gym leader. What are you doing here? So you're friends of Eusine, are you? Suicune, Entei, and Raikou. The legendary beasts, right in the basement, just down there. And look who's in our way. Our third rival battle with Snicker. Now, his team is going to look very similar to the one that we faced off against in Azalea Town, except he's gained a couple of levels since then. What you want to be careful of with this Ghastly is not only does it know Curse like last time, but it also knows Mean Look, which will prevent you from escaping. The reason this is so deadly is because he can use Curse, which, if you remember, cuts a quarter of your max HP at the end of each turn, and you won't be able to leave. So in 4 turns, Curse would kill you. Devastating, if you don't know it's coming. And it's something you have to keep in mind for the gym here as well. He still has his Zubat. I wonder if I should have Klaus just take him on straight up, but I'm afraid... Zubat! We know Zubat for inflicting status. Confusion. Very annoying. I think I'll just stick to Raikou here. I don't want to put Klaus at risk too soon. I love the look of the Premier Ball when we send out Raikou. So unnecessarily awesome. But it's a good thing Supersonic is only 55% accurate, so it's going to be missing a lot. I'm surprised that didn't kill you. But yeah, as you can see, Steel-type resists a lot of different moves. So Bite shouldn't be doing too much if it doesn't crit and flinch, which it's doing a lot more than it should. Oh, Zubat. You're living up to your name in terms of why everybody is so frustrated with you. Raikou, you're not going to get knocked out by a Zubat, are you? Please tell me you're not. Raikou. Raikou. Come on, Raikou. Breakthrough. Breakthrough, baby! Breakthrough! That would have been embarrassing. And his first level up. Good for you, Raikou. You earned that one. You really did. And for leveling up, he'll learn the same move that Flaffy learned as well, Thunder Wave, which will paralyze an enemy instantly. I suppose I'll get rid of Sonic Boom for this. I mean, it's a nice move to have at this point, but it'll be outclassed fairly soon. And now he's going to send in his Bayleaf. Now this thing poses the same threats as it did earlier, except I think we have better counters to it. Now, a certain thing about HCB's Brick Break I haven't mentioned is that if the opponent puts up screens like Light Screen and Reflect, Brick Break will actually break both of those screens. So when normally what they would do is increase the opponent's physical or special defense twice, where you'll be doing half as much damage. Why did I use Fire Fang if we put up Reflect in the last turn? I'm being silly. But if we use Brick Break, it'll break both of those screens down. So instead of lasting the typical 5 turns that they would, Brick Break just gets rid of them entirely. And I don't know for sure if the Reflect effect actually takes effect when you are using Brick Break, as in Brick Break would still do half the damage, or if it would do the normal damage and you break the screens before you hit them. Never really tested that. But as you can see, Emburn has the chance of burning the opponent, which will do an eighth of its max HP at the end of each turn, just like Poison. How convenient. Should be able to knock this thing out because it didn't use Synthesis on the last turn. That wasn't too bad, not nearly as bad as the last one. And that's a lot of experience, baby. Just look at Klaus's special attack. It's only level 11 at this point. But we still have one Pokemon to deal with, a new Pokemon, Magnemite. He hasn't shown one of these before. Why did I send out Krakow? I wanted to send out Klaus for the experience. I'm feeling silly. Yay, not thinking! Oh, Magnemite. I'll always remember Magnemite for being the one that... Do I want to risk sending Klaus out for the experience? I don't think I want to risk it. There's no reason to. Why can't you switch out Krakow? It's because Magnemite has Magnet Pull, which doesn't allow other Steel types to escape, which means I should probably heal up Magnemite. I love when not thinking actually comes back to bite me. So let's heal up just to make sure we can survive whatever this thing's going to do. It's not going to be able to do too much to me. Because I'm pretty sure Steel resists Electric. Maybe it doesn't. But let's cripple it a little bit. Let's Thunder Wave it. For some reason, we're faster. I'd say it was because we built up a couple of speed EVs, but I haven't really been doing too much. You're dead now, Krakow, ain't ya? Haven't been doing too much experience grinding with him yet, because he's still level 17. We caught him at 16. Now we can bring out Krakow and then escape. Who do I want to hit you with? HCB knows Dig. I don't know why I didn't switch into him in the first place. Because being a Steel and Electric type that doesn't know Levitate, Magnemite is quad weak to ground moves. And since HCB is paralyzed, he'll be doing 1.5 times as much damage he normally would anyway. The only thing is, when I use Dig, I get the risk of being paralyzed twice. So let's see if we can get through it. Yes, we can, and there's no way Magnemite's surviving that. Quad weak, with as strong as we are, plus the Guts boost. No hope. And Snicker falls for the 3rd time. I don't think he walked out the door, did he? Hello, Chris. What's your name? How do I say your name? You just let them go? How would you do that? Well, I suppose if you're gonna let anything go, with Sunkern's probably the one that you would. Now, I do want to heal up before we explore the rest of this place, because we took quite a beating, so I'll meet you guys right back here. And we've returned fully healed up. So before we head downstairs, there are a couple of things that we can check up here first. And you look like a fire breather. I wonder who you're going to have on your roster. perhaps the Pokemon we're looking for. Well, not necessarily looking for. Another coughing, like we haven't seen enough of these yet. That's mainly the reason I went back to the Pokemon Center and healed up Raikou, because he was knocked out in the last fight, and he is going to be really helpful here. I just love the look of Flash Cannon, though. It has a really nice sound effect in the 5th generation, too. One of those fun moves to use. At least in my opinion, because you don't see Flash Cannon used very often. Got himself a Growlithe, though. Not the one I was looking for, but nonetheless an interesting Pokemon to use. What I'm really looking for here is a Magmar, and although I've never actually used one before, and I don't intend to because I'm using Lupus, he's just one of those Pokemon that I've wanted to try using for no other reason than it's been around since the 1st generation, and I feel it's kind of high time to try one. And since it got an evolution in the 4th generation, Magmar's a really cool Pokemon to try out. I don't know, maybe the next time I play through the 1st or 2nd generation I'll give it a shot, although I don't think it's available until very late in the 1st. And another coughing. I can't wait until Klaus hits level 15 and learns the move that I've been waiting for him to learn. Which is the whole reason I held off on experience training Klaus. I mean, you've seen just how quickly he's gaining levels. And since you don't gain happiness quickly enough to level up to the point where I'd want him to by then, I wanted to give him a couple of extra levels beforehand. Now, normally if I'm playing through this game and I'm not caring about when I evolve them, I'll just experience train them and not bother giving them vitamins or making them happy and all that fun stuff. I mean, I'd go check out the Pokemon Salon and Goldenrod once or twice just for the hell of it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to do it. And in case you're wondering why I haven't been using Dig on Coughing, it's because it has Levitate and it can't be hit by ground-type moves, even though it's weak to them. I don't understand why fire breathers have coughings. But blocking our way across the bridge is an antidote. Here's one we haven't found in a while, Raticate, the evolved form of Rattata. Ratata, ratata-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. No, it knows Pursuit, Dark-type move, 40 base power, which doubles in strength if you switch out on that turn. Why did I do that? I'm not so sure it's a good idea to be leading with Klaus if we're going to be running into these things. I suppose I could run away from them, too. Oh well, I suppose it's what I started grinding all of those Oran Berries for. So I'll go heal him up with Oran Berries. I only cut there because it takes forever to heal stuff by berries. I mean, it doesn't take too long, but it still takes a long enough time that it's annoying. Just like keeping in all of the trainer battles, I'm surprised nobody's yelled at me for that yet. But Charmeleon, the evolved form of the fire starter from the Kanto games, Charmander. And everybody should probably know by now from my Fire Red stream that yes, Charizard is my favorite Pokemon, which is the evolution. And it's probably the most cliché, everybody loves that Pokemon in existence, except for maybe Pikachu. But that thing, this stage in the game, knowing Dragon Rage, it's very much like Sonic Boom, which would do 20 damage. Dragon Rage always does 40. And considering most of my Pokemon have just about or just under 40 HP, I suppose Croconaw has 50-ish, that's devastating. But 2 level ups against 1 Pokemon, that doesn't happen very often. And I'd go heal up Crunch if there was another trainer battle up on this level, which there isn't. Now, if you use your item finder around here, you'll notice that we were just standing on a hidden item right next to us, an Ultra Ball. And you can see we can smash that rock to get through to another item. I'll come back here with, who did I teach rocks? I'll come back here with Smash Ball before we leave. Now, we can't go back this way. That always annoyed me. You know what I could try doing? I'm not sure if you can do this in the burned tower or not. But if we can use dig, it's like a free escape rope. So we can just use it to exit the dungeon, even though the door is just to our right, and we dig a hole through what is clearly hollow ground underneath us. We're back out here, which means I can go run back to the Pokemon Center, heal up real quick, and then we'll explore the basement next time! No, I'm just kidding. We'll be there in a couple of seconds. See, like I said, just a couple of seconds. I also went to get Smash Ball so we could break those breakable rocks. But now we can head into the basement and actually see those legendaries. That didn't last very long. Like a blue blur. Blue blur. Where have I heard that before? But yeah, he did kind of look at us a little bit longer than the other ones did. Yeah, Entei and Raikou just ran off along with Suicune. And now that they've escaped, we can track them on our map. And yes, we can catch Entei and Raikou right now if we wanted to. They're level 40, roaming around in grass all over the place. If you change routes, or if you fly away, or if you encounter a Pokemon or something, there's a chance that you'll run into them, or that they'll change locations. And we can't go back that way, can we? We can use the dowsing machine to see if there's something around here, and right in that rock is another antidote for us to sell, because I have Pecha Berries. But we can catch those legendaries right now. The only thing is, we can't catch Suicune, can we? Can we move rocks yet? It'd be really, really nice if we could move rocks at this point. Darn rock puzzles. I don't even know if we can move these things yet. But we can, because we have the plane badge. How am I going to do this puzzle? How do I do this puzzle, Espeon? Can you tell me? It doesn't look like something we can do this way. This is a Pokemon game, god darn it, I'm not supposed to... Hello, Pokemon I've been wanting to run into the entire time, Magmar! Now we can actually catch this thing. I'm not interested in doing that, but I've alluded to the fact that it'd be kinda cool to try using one. Oh well. Faint Attack is a Dark-type move that never misses. It's like a Swift in that regard, which Espeon should be learning in due time. But for the longest time, I didn't know that Faint Attack was one of those moves that just never missed, and I'm surprised that didn't knock you out. I don't know why it didn't knock you out. I'm going to avoid using physical moves on this Magmar because it may have the ability Flame Body, which would... It's like Static, where it has a 30% chance of inflicting burn on your Pokemon if you contact it physically. Saved my ass in one of the Cynthia battles in the 5th generation, I forget which one it was. Like, I think it was her Braviary that struck my Chandelure, and if I didn't inflict burn on it, it would have knocked out my last Pokemon. No one cares. What's over here? Klaus finally grew to level 15, which means he gets to learn Confusion! The first psychic move he can learn, and the last one he'll know until mid-30s, which is why I wanted to get him up to the level he's at now. 50 base power psychic move? May leave the foe confused. Definitely getting rid of Tackle for that. And now he can finally take down those Koffings himself, and Krako levels up as well. Everybody gets in on the fun. So before I forget, let's move Confusion up to the top. And if I remember correctly, there's an item over here we can get, which is another Taunt TM12. not many TMs you just find lying around in more than one location, like Taunt. I'm trying to think of another one off the top of my head, but I don't think I can. And another revive. And a quick way for us to get out if we just smash these rocks. Now, there is one item on the first floor that we can pick up since we have Rock Smash, so it's probably a good idea to pick it up before I forget about it. So let's head over to the other side of the tower really quick. And is there something over here? I want to say there is, but I don't think there is. And HP up. Another one of those items that we can use to increase the stats of our Pokemon. I don't know if I've shown myself using any of these. I did pick up a PP up from the lottery corner. So, use the HP up, raise the base HP of a Pokemon. Looks like Raikou could use it. He's got the lowest base HP of any of us. And is Rock Smash going to reveal anything of interest? I forget if you can find anything super interesting from Rock Smashing in the Burn Tower. I don't normally have a Rock Smasher with me at this point, so just trying it, seeing what works. Nope. So let's have HCB use Dig. And we'll make our way 10 steps to the right. Back out into Ecruteak City. And now that we've released the legendary beasts into the world, we can finally take on the gym, because Morty actually went back there after they went running off, because apparently he has nothing interesting to do back at the Burn Tower, since he doesn't think it's cool to hang out with his friend Eusine, I suppose. Anyway, I think I'll do a little bit of off-screen training, level these guys up a little bit, and then we'll be ready to take on the Ecruteak City Gym. This is UniversalGiant, and I'll see you guys next time.